This is the Vangoa powered pedal board, and it's the first time I've seen it, well, in person. I've seen pictures of it, obviously, because I did a bit of research to make sure it wasn't going to be rubbish. What we got here? Power supply, instructions. I've never had instructions with a power supply. One of the reasons I said yes to doing this, comes with a bag. It's got a built-in power supply. I've gone for the small one because this came up, and normally I say no to this sort of thing, but I was like, you know what? There's some cool little design features on this. So I like the padded case. I've had to buy these sort of things before. I don't know what that bit's for, but maybe it goes on your trolley, whatever. This is going to sound so stupid. It comes with these little fold-out legs, and I don't know if that exists elsewhere. I've never seen that on a pedal board before, and I thought that, because then it's really small and it can be made taller. This sounds so stupid. I was just thinking, yeah, but how's there space with a power supply? You don't need a power supply, it's built in. So you plug it in here with an on-off switch. I was looking at the pictures trying to work out what it has in input and output. I thought maybe there's an effects loop. What it is, I will show you this in a minute. You plug your guitar in and it shows, like, when you play, these light up. Oh, has it got a microphone? What? Now, I think this may have a built-in microphone. Oh! So there's a thing you turn under here, and I think that's the sensitivity of it. So, oh, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. That is brilliant. So if you had a delay pedal, I did think it would be funny to put, so you don't have to put it as the first input, which means you could put it in all your pedals and then out of the delay pedal in here. So you play a note and then this should light up every time the delay plays, which would be quite cool because it'd be in time with, well, I suppose it would light up in time with the music anyway. Right, it comes with a few bits. I know a lot of pedal boards do, but like this doesn't come with rolls. This comes with flat pieces that are the right length. Again, because they're not rolled up, you're not having to flatten them and mess around. I'm just like, there's no messing around. You don't need scissors. I think that's brilliant. I haven't seen that, and I've had a lot of pedal boards. Maybe it's a thing. Leave a comment. I don't have a clue. I haven't seen it before. I'm going to plug this in. This seems inoffensive. I prefer this style of plug. Again, a lot of people are not going to care because some, you have a normal plug and then a transformer halfway down the lead. I hate that. I don't know why. Always annoys me. This, really like it. God, this is a long lead. This is quite good. Oh, I've blooming tangled it. This is what, 3 meters? It's an absolute whopper. Which again is good. Sometimes you get this pissy little... How tall is this? I'm well over 6 foot. So I don't know how tall this is. This is a long lead. 10 foot, 2.5 meters, something like that. Impressed. Sometimes you get a stupid little lead and you're like, okay, I've got to have a blooming power supply next to my pedal board. That looks crap. This is good. It's going very well. I was worried that no one would ever see this video because if it's crap, let's be honest, the video's not going to happen. I like this. This is just nice. Really impressed by this. Just space-wise, I want to check something. Right, you'd have a tuner, you'd have a reverb, a delay. So these have already got tape on. Okay, you can fit 5 like normal sized pedals. I don't have many of the small ones. I'm not a big fan of the small ones really. They get too close together and you can't press any of the buttons, which is fine when you're at home, but when you're doing a gig and the lighting is poor and you're trying to look forwards because you're singing, you don't want to press the wrong thing. So this is a perfect size. So you can fit, okay, I was thinking this is 8 power supplies on it. I was thinking you're not going to fit 8 pedals, but I suppose if you're using those silly little ones, you could. This is very, very well thought out. Dimension wise, this is about 16 inches by 6.5 inches, which is about 40 centimeters by about 16 centimeters. They do a bigger one that's 18 inches wide by 13.5 inches deep, which is 45 centimeters by 34 centimeters. I was going to check this. Sometimes they're wrong, but I can see the dimensions are correct. It's a really nice weight. Really impressed with this so far. It's a bit like a MacBook. A MacBook which you would stand on. Oh God, am I going to do this neat enough? People are going to moan. Oh no. Oh, beauty. It's really smart. It's really smart. It's really light. Hope it lasts a long time. 100 milliamp. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. You got 8 leads and a doubler. Yes, this is an 18 volt. I think this is awesome. I've had it for a few days now. Look, my pedals fit on. I mean, these are sort of the 5 pedals I would use. I might change the drive. That's irrelevant for this video. It's an awesome pedal board. I'm going to show you some cool things with these LEDs quickly though. So if you plug your guitar in, clever. And then I'm going to run through all the pedals from the last pedal into the board. So from the output of this into the input. And then from the output to my amp. If I play, you'll see it light up. This is pretty boring. If you don't plug anything in, it's got a built-in microphone, which is pretty cool. Sounds weird with that reverb. Just a bit of reverb on it. Okay, that's a lot of reverb, but whatever. And if you put the delay on, this will be funny. Watch this. Each one of these power supplies, it says 100 milliamps on the sort of inside. I read the manual, it's up to 200 milliamps per plug, which is pretty standard. I've got a Strymon power supply, which I swear was about £250. These are about 80, so my power supply alone was far more than this board, and this has got it built in. Another thing I'll point out about this, I did buy a D'Addario Expand, the small one. I like small pedal boards because I've got a load of big ones in the other room. Which is great, it expands and stuff. You can't fit a power supply underneath it, apart from some random expensive ones, which I didn't have, which annoyed me. So I used the Strymon OJ, I don't know how to say it, OJAI, I think it's pronounced like that, not a clue. And I had to sort of stick that to the bottom with tape, and it was just a bit like, I've got the hundreds of pounds of power supply, £100 worth of board, and it doesn't work together. This just is absolutely fine. The cable management is unbelievable, apart from this bit because I've done a crap job because the cable's too long. But say you're not using this, well, that's good. Say you're not plugging it into the board, because I don't think you need to. Cool feature, but you can plug it into this. It's got a built-in, look, it lights up when I speak. Can you see that? When you talk, it's got a built-in microphone. You can set the level. You may as well use that. It's brilliant, it looks cool. What I'm saying is the cable management is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That is so easy to use. It's just so neat, and it's made out of some kind of aluminium. It just looks like a MacBook Pro, to be honest. It's really smart. Love these feet. I know that's a stupid feature to love, but I just think it just makes it even smaller, which you can't do on any other pedal board. It's just so good. It's so smart. And they do one more size. I think they're having another size come soon. I will contact them and say there's a couple of things. I think they should do a second version of this. So leave some comments about any ideas you can think to make this better. Can't think of many things. It would be nice if it could use a kettle lead like you use for pretty much everything else in a studio. But that means the transformer would have to be built in, and I don't know if there's space in here to have a transformer, which is probably why they haven't done it. But if they did another version, it'd be cool to have like a kettle lead plug. The only other thing I can think of, if they did a battery version and used this space for batteries and it charged up and it was battery powered, I mean, it would have to cost a load extra because you'd want decent batteries. You'd want to be able to play for like 3 or 4 hours. They should do another version that's like, you know, the Pro tier and has a load of extra features. And I'd pay a lot of money for that. Even if the Pro one was 250 quid, that's cheaper than my Strymon power supply. That's ridiculous. It just means less stuff. Really impressed with this. I mean, they could have LEDs built in underneath. I'm not really into all that stuff, but they could have LEDs underneath so to sort of fill the gap so it's backlit. That would be quite cool, just to be able to see your board. You'd want to be able to turn it off because some of my friends do stuff at like side stage and all the musicians in the pit. So you'd want that to be turned off because you've got to be pitch black in there. But absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. It's sturdy. This table's a bit crooked, so it's a bit wobbly. No problems with it, absolutely none. This case, brilliant. I've had to buy cases for other pedal boards, which cost a lot of money. The Dario case, for example. Sorry, Dario, I love your stuff, but your pedal board is expensive, and the case is about... I swear the case is more than this entire board, and this comes with a case. So sort your stuff out. I could be wrong. Highly recommended. They're cheaper than buying a power supply. And they come with all the leads. They're brilliant. Just get one.